Good afternoon, everybody. It's funny, I just came from Phoenix 3 or 4 years ago. Stood in front of 70,000 people and felt nothing like this. So, still a bit nervous. But I want to say congratulations to both Jayson and Grace on your union and having such a beautiful ceremony. I'm excited beyond measure for the lives that you two continue to build together for what God has planned for the future. For those of you who don't know, I am Jayson's youngest brother, Mathew, spelled with one T, despite the 29 years of my parents spelling it with two. Even Jayson, great point. Full disclosure going into this. I'm a basketball coach. I'm not a poet. I'm not a Toastmaster. So if you think that I had months to come up with this speech, you're sadly mistaken. In fact, coming on the heels of my flight from Phoenix, I actually sat in a hotel lobby with a glass of Crown Royal at 3 a.m. last night and came up with this whole thing. And though there were many calls from people in this room suggesting that I used an automated software called ChatGPT to write this for me, I want the record to show that became ruled out when I had no idea how to use the website. So unfortunately for you two, Jayson and Grace, I had to write this from my heart. Don't do that again. You know, I have to be 100% honest with you all. When Jayson said that he wanted me to be his best man, I was kind of nervous. It's not because he's a wild card or anything like that. That would be ridiculous. But because I truly wasn't sure if I was able to withstand enough arguments and get demoted before the big day. I think me being here myself deserves a round of applause. But all jokes aside, I am honored to be here today, leading this toast as a testament to our very complex relationship. Less than 2 years apart, we basically grew up as twins. We played the same sports on the same teams, had the same hairstyles, and even wore the same clothes at the same time. Up to 8th grade. Like Jayson would say, same shirt, same pants, same socks, same drawers. Like any younger brother, I learned almost everything from Jayson. The good, the bad, and the very bad. For example, when I was 5 years old, living in Elizabeth, New Jersey, I learned how to slide down the railing of a spiral staircase over a casual game of follow the leader. Like a great big brother, he taught me how it should be done. Turn your back to the railing, facing a tight grip with 2 hands, before popping up and bouncing all the way down, at least 20 feet to the bottom. Easy, right? Who knew that I would also learn a lesson on how to slip through the vertical railings, fall straight down to the bottom, break my femur bone, before spending the next 5 months in a full body cast. Maybe him, but that's neither here nor there. Looking back, I can remember all the other things that I learned just from watching him on a daily basis. How to dribble a basketball, how to play video games, how to talk smack when you're dominating someone in that video game, how to say curse words, and how to act completely stunned when you get caught red-handed. It is because of him that I learned how to fight. Not through the education of self-defense, but through the experiences of getting pummeled every week as a result of our competitive disputes. Together, we've been through it all, and I wouldn't change a thing about it. For my relationship, the most important thing that I've learned is that love comes in many forms. For us, it was self-love. There wasn't much common between us, but at the end of the day, we were on the same team. I saw this outside of the house more than ever. No one messed with his little brother. Selfishly, he was the only one allowed to beat me up. But I appreciate it. More than ever, when he had his scare in our neighbor's pool, which for the sake of tears, I'll pass on reaction. I say this all the time. I say all of this to say that I know my brother through and through. He loves hard, and he's one of the most loving human beings that you'll ever come across. I think Grace knows this to be true as she sits here today. The love and understanding for each other that these two have displayed over the past 10 years is inspirational to all who have witnessed. I mean, honestly, who would have thought that my childhood bully would grow up to be a wine-sipping dog dad who was in obsession with Harry Potter movies. Sorry, to Grace, attending one game through 3 years of dating is crazy. Crazy. Knowing that now makes today even more special. Because how? But on a serious note, I cannot thank you enough for coming into my brother's life and helping mold him into the man that he is today. Between me, you, and now the rest of the room, I didn't think this dude was ever getting married. As you know, it takes a special type of person to love a special type of person, and you are perfect for Jayson. Perfect for us. We love you and appreciate you more than you will ever know. Your love and care for your nephews and nieces and unapologetically positive energy, though scary to them at times, is exactly what our family needs. To you both, as you embark on this journey together, I pray that you continue to keep each other first, that you will continue to communicate and love each other in the ways that work best for you, until death do you part. Now, if everyone will join me in raising their glass, I would like to conclude with a toast to newlyweds. To love, to laughter, and to endless joy. To Mr. and Mrs. Johnson.